Well, we need to make sure we understand linear inequalities, so let's go through a few of them. I will do 4 to 5 of them. The rest of them are up to you, so what I don't finish, you need to do. So let's do it. Here we go. We will start, first of all, by talking about the fact that that hole is punching out the x. Really, this is what the problem should say. Okay, I think we're good with that so far. All I ever wanted was to get y by itself in this problem. That's not all I wanted, but there we go. So I want to get y by itself. In that case, I need to move everything on this side of the, not equal marks, but the inequality sign, except for the y. We will move that x to the other side, and when we move it, it becomes negative. So what we really have right here is y, and then that x moved over and it became negative x, and I already had a 2 here and I didn't move it and it was positive, so it's plus 2. So if nothing I just said made sense, here's what happened. We took that x and we moved it over. That's it. We just took it to the other side, and when we did, it became negative. Y is by itself. Because y is by itself, we're ready to graph. So here goes. Let's graph. We will put a dot at 2 on the y-axis. This right here is your y-intercept. Y-intercept. And this is your slope. And when I say this, I don't just mean that. I mean -1. And when I deal with a slope, I like a fraction. That way I'll have a rise and a run. So it's -1/1. So let's start at our y-intercept. If I'm going too fast, you can slow the video down or pause it. We will start at 2. And the slope is -1/1, which means we'll go down 1 and over 1. And we'll put a dot right there. Now, I'm going to slap a ruler down. Slap this ruler down right here. And I'd love to just draw me a line. I'm not going to draw a line. This is less than, but it is not equal. Otherwise, it would have that little equal sign underneath. So I'm not going to go, zoop. I'm going to go, well, I'm going to make this nice and straight. I'm going to go like that. Okay, just so I can be clear with my shading, I'm going to use a highlighter, a green highlighter. This is less than. Because it is less than, I will shade down. So all of this below the line gets shaded. And here's what that means. I just want to clarify a little bit. Here's what it means. Every point that just got colored, that is the most striped, nasty shading, but every point that just got colored is a solution to this inequality. And I'm pointing at the original, but it also applies here. Now, let me grab a Post-it note and I'll show you. Okay, you don't have to write this, but you can just kind of watch. This point right here, that's the point 0, 0. We all know that. That coordinate is 0, 0. Here's what that means. If I plugged a 0 and a 0 in, I'd have 0 plus 0 is less than 2. Well, 0 is less than 2. True. Because that is true, and I'm excited about it. Check out the exclamation mark. Because that's true, I did color it. I just want to prove another point real quick. Let's do 3, 3. I'm just going to pick a random dot. 3, 3 right there. That is the coordinate 3, 3. If I plug 3, 3 in the original or into this one, I'm not going to get a true statement, and that's why I didn't shade that exact coordinate. I'm going to get 3 plus 3 is less than 2. Oops, 3 plus 3 is less than 2. 6 is less than 2. That is false. Because that is false, I didn't shade it. Okay, one more. I'm really on to something here. Never explained it so well in my life. I'm going to pick a point on the line. Check out that point right there. See that coordinate? That's 1, 1. That coordinate is 1, 1, and it's on our line. So we're going to plug it in. Plug it in the original, plug it in the one where you solved for y, either way. So 1 plus 1 is less than 2. 2 is less than 2. We're very tempted to say, oh, that's true, but it's not true. This isn't equal. Therefore, it is false, and that is why we didn't make a solid line. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This is where it gets a little bit trickier. Here goes. We need to get y by itself. In order to get y by itself, we will move the x to the other side. When we move this x to the other side, it becomes negative. So we have negative 3y. It's still negative 3y. It didn't change. It didn't move to the other side. It stays the same. Greater than or equal to, x moved over and became negative x, and I have a 6 that is still just 6. It's positive. We will now get y by itself. In order to do that, I need to divide by this negative 3, and I'll divide here, and I'll divide here, and I'll divide here, and because I'm dividing by a negative, I will turn that symbol around. So we're going to do that. So y is less than or equal to, oh my goodness, we have a mess. Let's fix it. Don't panic. Negative 1, there was a 1 here, divided by negative 3. Negative 1 divided by negative 3, well, you know it's positive. Negative divided by negative is positive. So 1/3 x. 6 divided by negative 3 is negative 2. And we're ready to graph. I hope you're excited. I am. We're going to start at our y-intercept. We start there. Start here. I know just a minute ago I labeled that as the y-intercept. It's also the starting point. That's where I like to start. Not everybody does it that way, but that's the best way to explain it. Okay, we have a positive slope. That positive slope is 1/3. What it means when I have a positive slope is that it's going to go up. It is not going to go down. Don't even do it like that. Do it like that. And it's going to go up 1 and over 3. So up 1 and over 3. I'm about to put my ruler down, and I'm about to draw a line. Should I draw a solid line or a dotted line? Well, it is less than or equal to, therefore it will be a solid line. And because it is less than, I'll shade down. Now, if you're looking at the original problem, it was greater than. Don't go by that. No, 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 no. You changed that. This is where we are now. This is who you used to be. Then you got a makeover, and now it's less than. So this is what we're going to do. This is what we shade. There. That's not pretty shading, but I don't care. Let's keep going. For the next one, we can get all technical, and I'm going to, just to confuse you for fun. We could get technical and say that it's really this, and it has a slope of 0 and a y-intercept of 2. You can do it that way. Some people teach it that way. I don't like to. This is correct because we have 0 x's in this problem. Nevertheless, what we're going to really do is just look at it and say, all I have is a y and a 2. I'm going to cross the y-axis at 2. So don't panic. Just put a dot at 2 on the y-axis. If I'm going to cross the y-axis, I better not go running this way. That would be the y-axis. I need to cross the y-axis. So I'm going to draw a horizontal line. Before I draw my line, is my line solid or dotted? Oh my goodness, it is dotted. That is less than, but not equal to. There is a dotted line. Okay, we will shade, less than is down. We will take our line and shade down below it. That's about the prettiest shading. Well, it was. Let me get right up on that line right there. There we go. That's it. Okay, I said I would do 4 or 5. I'm going to find one more that I think you need to see, and then I'm going to give you just a couple hints, and that'll be it for this video. Let me show you the next one. Not going to finish it. I just want to give you a hint. When you solve this one, you're going to have to divide by negative. So I'll go ahead and tell you on this one, by the time you're done, you're going to have that. You don't have to write that down yet, but keep that in mind. This is going to turn into that. You're eventually going to divide by -4. I'll also tell you that you're going to have a slope that is a fraction. It's going to be, I'll tell you, it's 5/4. In just a minute, you're going to get a 5/4 right here. Don't panic when you have 5 divided by 4. Don't go grabbing your calculator saying, good, forget this, let's just do the problem. Here I am trying to give you hints. Let's just do it. -4y is less than. This 5x needs to move to the other side. I was trying to help you, but I'm just going to do it. Just watch and have fun. That 5x moves over. When it moves over, it becomes -5x and then -4. I am about to divide this by -4. Everything gets divided by -4. I divided by a negative, therefore I turn that around. What was less than becomes greater than. Why? -5, those cancel by the way, they divide out. -5 divided by -4 is positive. Don't do this. Please don't do what I'm about to do. Don't go 5 divided by 4, that's 1.2. No, man, ain't nobody want to use that slope. That's the slope we need. Your slope needs to be a fraction. That way you'll know how much to rise and how much to run. There's your x. -4 divided by 4 is -1. We'll put a dot at -1. I started making that one red. Not that it matters. We'll go with it. Rise 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Run 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Solid or dotted? This one is going to be dotted. It is not equal. It is not equal. Greater than, but not equal. Because it's greater than, we'll shade up. There we go. There's some pretty shading. Not really. That's it right there. We shade up above the line. Real quick, let me talk about this one. This one is a vertical line. I won't draw it, but I'll tell you, it's about there. It's going to cross the x-axis at -5, and I can't shade above or below a vertical line. I can't shade above this line. I can't shade below this line, but I can shade left or right. And greater than is right, because this is cool. Less is left. Real quick, I want to show you something. This helps some people. People always get lost about how to, what means, basically. They're like, is that less than or greater than? I get it mixed up. That looks like an L, doesn't it? That's less than. And that is going to be greater than. That doesn't look like a G, but the one that looks like a L is less. The one that doesn't is greater. Just wanted to show you that. Okay, the rest of them are up to you. I will tell you this. That one's already in slope-intercept form. You don't have to do anything to it. Just graph it. That one's going to involve a turnaround on that inequality symbol. And there you go. That's all you need to know. Have fun.